I sound good?
Yep.
All right. Happy Easter, by the way. Here we go.
Merry Christmas. Well, I know it's Easter, but man, does it feel like Christmas? Why? Because the Hallmark Dream Book is out, and that means it's the celebration and the start of the Christmas season. Tonight, I'm going to walk through the 2025 Hallmark Dream Book and decide which ornaments I'm going to buy this year. And at the end, we're going to see how much I'm actually going to spend, which is going to be very scary. But joining me once again, who's going to help me keep track of everything I'm spending, is Cousin Lee again. Hey, Lee, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. Happy Easter and Merry Christmas.
I will just say Merry Christmas. Easter's I already ate Easter dinner, so now it's time for Christmas.
I like it. I like it.
So I have been collecting the Hallmark ornaments since the early '90s. Um, do you collect them? Do you get them? Which ones do you get?
Yeah, so my go-to is always the Lionel trains. I've gotten those forever. I think that started in maybe 96. I started getting them probably in 98 or 99. I, of course, went back and bought the ones that I didn't have. And there's a couple others that I kind of dabble in. There's the airplane one, which is I think it's called like Wings Above or something like that. Have a bunch of those, and then over the years, family members they'll see something that they think I'll like, and I probably have, besides the trains and the airplanes, probably another 20 or 25 kind of random guys.
Cool. Well, we've got some returning guests, Pepper Tree Villa, Artie and Doug. I assume that's both of you.
There we
Saying
go.
hi to me and hey Lee. So welcome, guys.
Hey
I know you
guys.
guys are they're doing a broadcast tomorrow night where they're going to be basically doing the same thing. But tonight, we're going to go through it, see which ones we want. Lee is going to keep track of how much I plan on spending, and at the end, he's going to tell me how much I'm going to spend, and then I have to decide if I'm going to have to refinance my house. I guess remortgage, get a second mortgage here. So, so Ben
Let's
and
do it.
I've been collecting keepsake ornaments since the '70s. Well, I was born in '75, so I only got ornaments that my parents got me, but my very first Hallmark pop culture one, because that's what I collect, and let me kind of specify that because there's going to be a lot of pages I may just say, I don't really like. I collect the pop culture, Star Wars, Star Trek, all the movie licensed stuff, TV stuff. I do like some of the Christmas stuff that's out there, but for me, it's always been the pop culture entertainment type ornaments. My very first ornament was I think in 1992 they released the Star Trek Enterprise D from the Star Trek Next Generation, and then my mom bought me that, and I was hooked since then. So I didn't have a lot of money in the '90s, but as soon as I started, I got a job and was able to buy them for myself. It's been an investment. I hope one day. I told my
Joe,
daughter.
was
Go ahead.
when you talk about pop culture, I mean, have you always been kind of a pop culture fan? Were you a comic book kid? Where did that all come from?
Oh, I was a comic book kid since Batman 1989 when that movie came out. All of a
Yep.
sudden, I was like, I want to read a comic book. So I went to the comic book store, and after that, action figures. I ran a toy website for almost 17 years with my friend Andy called MillionairePlayboy.com, where we reviewed toys. And so that was my history. I am a huge toy collector. I'm a huge pop culture TV movie watcher. That's why you see so many of these year and Christmas videos. I love working on them because I'm rewatching things that I watched from the '80s, and I can't wait to move on to the '90s. But I was telling my daughter that, you know, Hallmark ornaments, for the most part, will hold their value if they're in good shape and you have the original box. You just have to find that one person that's going to buy them. And I have a little over 500 of them. And Pepper Tree Villa's got me beat. We learned that last week. But with about 500 of them, I gave her an average. I said, well, let's just say an average is like $15 to $20. Times that by 500. That's kind of how much, the ornaments, at least how much I pay, the value of them might be. Some of them might be a lot more. Some of them might be a lot less. It just depends on the movie. And she looked at me and was like, well, what do I do with them? I'm like, you hang them on a tree. And I said, no, you could sell them if you want. Who cares? If I'm gone, it doesn't matter to me anymore. But anyways, we're talking about that. But we actually have to celebrate because the Hallmark Dream Book is out. This is the cover and back cover of the book that'll be out on Friday in print form, where you'll actually get your form, unless, of course, you are part of the members club, which you already have yours. But as you can see, on July 12th through the 20th, that's Christmas in July. That's when the first round of Keepsake Ornaments will debut on July 11th for early shopping. And then the second wave comes out October 11th through the 19th. And you could be bet I'm going to be there picking up my ornaments. I can't wait to see them. It's going to be a lot of fun. Pepper Tree Villa's kind of 500 ornaments, been there, done that. Yeah, we know, guys. All right. Don't rub it in. You guys got more ornaments. It's
Joe, do you get into the tabletop stuff, or are you strictly it's got to hang on a tree?
No, well, some of the ornaments that are supposed to hang on a tree don't hang on a tree very well because they are really large and big, and they probably would just bend the tree all the way down. I have a few things that are tabletop stuff, but for the most part, it's the ornaments itself. So all these ornaments that are here on the cover, they're in the book. So when we get to that page, we'll talk about them. But as you can see, this is a table of contents talking about the memories for the making of, the history of the ornaments with a letter just thanking you and how it's organized. But let's get into the first page here, art and artistry. So Hallmark's been doing this, doing these for a little while now, and they're just like sort of like a scene, and it almost looks like a wood carving on some of them. I picked up the Peanut Halloween one where they're trick-or-treating. I thought that was a really, really cool ornament. It was really well done. But I'm looking at these, and truthfully, I don't really see any interesting things here.
You're telling me a couple little elves here inside a little hut aren't going to do it for you?
Not really. Gnome for Christmas.
No.
That's the 5th anniversary. Artist craft wooden paper. I mean, it's cute. I just, I don't know. I feel like they're not. None of these are speaking to me. Even the Harry Potter one, and I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I've got. If you haven't seen it, I've got the dark mark on my left arm here. But it's just a castle, and it's just a paper cutout of it, and I don't like if you look at the down here in it's just kind of quickly drawn, like the little bridge and stuff, and I don't know. I'm not speaking. These aren't speaking to me. Well, let's zoom in because I think we could zoom in a little bit on these and take a look at them. The Mickey one is kind of cool. I'll give you that. I think the Mickey one is cool. It's very 3-dimensional. Inside, you could see like the house is behind them, with Mickey, Minnie, and in the front, and then the snowman here. But I don't think I'm buying any of these. I really don't. What do you think, Lee?
Okay. So, I mean, I was never really a Disney kid growing up at all. In fact, I mean, we never had the Disney Channel. I remember about maybe once a year you get free Disney for a week. and I would
Hmm.
just binge all week and I'd get all the good stuff. So as a kid, I don't really have much nostalgia for Disney, but as an adult, it's kind of grown. I wouldn't say I'm a Disney adult or anything like
Hmm.
that. But when I
Hmm.
start to see, Mickey Mouse, anything with like Goofy, really enjoy. And something like that, I probably wouldn't buy up front, but if it goes on sale and there's any left over, I'd probably get after one of those.
Yeah, I think so. I think after Christmas in January, when they're 50% to 75% off, I'd pick up the Mickey. Um, but I don't think any of the other ones. It's to me, I'm a 3-dimensional guy with the ornaments. It's got to, so if it's just like I could make this, you know what I mean? Like I could make
Yeah.
some of these. I could just get a printer, print out the picture of the castle, and then put it around, put a wood carving, I guess, frame around it. So we're not going to buy any of these. We're going to pass.
All right.
All right. So this next one is a bunch of series favorites. So I'm trying
What
to
are
look
these?
through. It's just a variety of different things. I mean, I like if we're looking at it first, we got like a little candy house, it's kind of cute. It's a bakery. It's here. Hold on, I have to move some things out of my screen here. Uh, yeah, it's just like a little bakery house. Then we have Dasher here. Uh, on I should probably look at the bigger screen because I have bad eyes. But it's another reindeer series of Dasher. They've been doing out these reindeers and stuff, and I know those are pretty popular. Um, Sledding sidekicks with the penguin on a polar bear and Snowball and Tuxedo where they're sleeping. Um, yeah, so far nothing. I'm these are not something I'm real interested in. I tell you what, the one that is kind of cool is the Mechanical Ride. I think that one is
Absolutely.
kind of cool. Yeah, that one is kind of cool. Um, would I
I'm going to
buy
call
that?
that another on sale.
Yep. Whoop. Let me move back. I think you're right. I think it's another one on sale. Um, let's see. This is the yeah. This is a so this one is a Keepsake power cord, which requires you to have the power cord to plug it in. Now I have a few of those, but I don't put them around those on the tree. Those any ones that are that use the Keepsake power cords, I keep off the tree. Mostly because the power cords get tangled up. I have a rotating tree. And so sometimes the one year they got all tangled up as a huge mess. So I've kind of kept those ones off. I don't have a lot of them because I don't want to keep buying those damn $20 power cords. They're just expensive. Um,
Now, Joe, are these sidekicks? This is a Hallmark entity, right? Like this isn't from a TV show or anything.
it must be created by yeah no this isn't any kind of IP. This is probably their own sort of design. They I maybe the Pepper Tree Villa guys could tell me if the sidekicks if this I assume their names are Snowball and Tuxedo. I don't know if we've seen them before. I'm trying to read through some of it says 25th anniversary, so maybe they were released 25 years ago. um
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not as familiar with a lot of the history of some of the lines that they had because again, I just don't buy them. But here there is a cute as a button train. If you see that one, it's a little
See that?
mouse. He made his little train. I mean, it's cute.
I feel
I like
I
that
feel like
one.
I feel like Pepper Tree probably has a tree dedicated to these guys, but they've just forgot about it in a back room.
So then we got like this weird one where it's like seasons taste treatings, or it's just a bunch of little cheese plates, charcuterie board, I guess, on a Christmas tree plate. It's got a little cheese ball with little pretzels and stuff. Um, so here, uh, let's see here. I have two. These are strictly artwork from the Keepsake Studio. So yes, and Mark W says the trade is cute. So, but again, I don't know. I'm just not feeling anything here on this page, and we're gonna get. Believe me, when we get through this later through this book, there's probably gonna be about there's a few pages where there might be the entire page. I cannot lie. Uh, but I'm going to skip forward. I didn't see anything there, but I think the mechanical elf is a definite 75%er when it does, if it's available. But it's not something I'm going to run out and buy. So let's see. Oh, I think Pepper Tree Villa and says, "Yep." Lee laugh out loud. So, yeah, I don't think Pepper Tree Villa knows how every ornament they have, but maybe they do. All right, so we've got another a bunch of different items. These are more series favorite. So these would mean to me that they've been putting these out for a few years. So the first one we got. And I'm trying to read through. You'll have to excuse me as I try to read through these. So the first one is like the baking up some fun, where it looks like that's more of a tabletop one. I can't tell how big it is. It might be actually kind of small, but it's the one in the very top corner there. It's cute. I like it. It's got the little kittens and a dog and a mouse and the elf who's probably eaten too many cookies and. I like it. It's how much is this one? $50. $50. So it's got to be pretty big. If it's a $50 one. But it's not one that again. It's 75% off. I'd buy it. Like I said, they know what they have. They did do all those QR codes. So they've they believe me, there's some ornaments where I'm like, I don't think I have it. And then I'll buy it and then I'll open it up. I'll open up a bin and I'll say, oh, I already had that one. So, I have a few duplicates, only because they used to have an app. There was an app that you could scan QR, the code on each of the boxes and then it would, store it for you and then you could just look through it, and I had that app for years and then they stopped supporting it and I lost my entire database, so it really sucked.
Like the young Santas at the bottom. I don't know how I feel about a green one though.
The one that's yeah, he looks he's using a
It's a
rolling pin, I
leprechaun.
believe. So let's
Oh.
zoom in on that a little bit. Let's see here. I skipped ahead again. So yeah, so he's using a rolling pin. He's making cookies. Okay, that's cute. The little squirrel icing the cookies. I think that's pretty cute. It's got a mixer on it and stuff. He's fat and happy. So the mouse is sleeping, I guess. He maybe ate too many cookies. He's got a big belly. So I mean, it's cute. It's definitely not a buy right away one. Let's see what else we got. We got more gnomes for Christmas. The gnomes don't speak to me, or the sweet peppermint.
Those are kind of ugly gnomes.
They are. They're not drawn real. I don't like this guy's, the one with the beard. Like I don't like his little smile. Like it's on the beard. It's kind of weird. I will say I kind of like Toymaker Santa.
Okay.
Um,
Zoom in on that.
every time I click on the PDF, it goes to the next page. Let's see here. So he's got like a
It's a
reindeer
little
floaty, and he built a boat.
it's a little creepy when you get close to it.
Yeah, no, it's I'm not buying that one.
It's like a weird uncle.
He's like, look what I built. I built you a boat. Um, Cup of
Yeah,
cozy. I mean, again, these ones just well, what's this one? The Sandal, the Sandman. What is he eating? Is that a hamburger?
I think it's a square burger, yeah,
Yeah,
which matches his hat, which is weird.
yeah, it is weird. But let's
The
see. Okay,
Snow
so
Buddies is interesting with the little squirrels
which
right
ones
next
are
to the burger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Snow Buddies. So Pepper Tree Villa is going to be buying C, D, and L. So C, let's see, where's C? C, D with the truck. It says Word Nerd on it. So okay, because there's a Lindsay's Bookshop, Arthur's author sightings. Uh, got books of a Christmas tree books in the back.
All right.
And then Young Santa. Yeah, young. If you know what, I think this is the one I would buy out of all of them on this page. But
I
it's
don't like the
again, it's
green. The young Santa in green is kind of weird.
he also comes. They also comes in pink. Oh, so this is the surprise one. So this is a box where you're not sure what you'll get until you open it. So
Oh
you know
boy.
you have to keep trying until if you want both of them, you got to keep trying, or you could just wait till
That's
eBay
risky.
because then it'll eventually be on eBay. Um, yeah, I'm going to say that baking up some fun. If it was on clearance, I'd pick it up. It's kind of cute. I like the little squirrel. I like the dog and the cat at the bottom, but I think the rest of them I'm going to pass on it. What about you?
Yeah, I do like the young Santa, the one with Rudolph, but it doesn't. Yeah, nothing. I look at these things kind of from a nostalgia standpoint, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't look like the old school Santa from like the 20s, 30s, 40s. It kind of reminds me actually of the animation from like
Mm-hmm.
the early 2000s, which I'm not a massive fan of.
Yeah, I mean, I know Young Santas have been a ongoing series for a while now, and I know a lot of them, a lot of people do like them, but I'm not sure if it's for me. Oop, let's try to.
So
All right,
so we're at zero, Joe.
I know. Well, no, we're gonna be buying one today, right
All
now.
right.
So, as everyone has seen, if you've been watching the show, I have a long-haired dachshund, and we have a long-haired dachshund puppy on here. It's not quite the same color as Winifred. Winifred is a brown dachshund, but it is a dachshund, and I will be buying that. So my first ornament that I'm definitely putting on the list that will be out in July is the long-haired dachshund.
All right, fifteen
Second,
ninety nine.
yep. No, don't don't tell me how much I've been spending. So
All right.
keep that a secret because I want to be shocked. And then make sure you add 7% sales tax at the end.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So the next one that I'm going to be buying on this is only because it's a present. My wife collects the mischievous kitten ornaments, and this one is a laptop. And I guess he's playing a laptop game or one of those games a tablet game that they make for dogs and cats. And actually, our cats and dogs do play with them. But yeah, so I'm going to be buying that for Mrs. Aficionado. She loves the kitten series, and I buy her one of those every year. Um, Elsewhere on here, let's zoom in. Let's take a look. All right, come on. I hate Acrobat. Come on. There we go. And we zoom in. All right, so we got the brilliant butterflies, the fairies, mermaids. Uh, you know, the rocking horse one with the reindeer is kind of cool,
That's pretty cool. I like that one.
but it's not one that I plan on buying. Um, so Pepper Tree Villa says only R on this page. So okay, that's the Stocking Stuffers, fifth in the series. So that's with Mr. and Mrs. Claus and a snowman. It's cute. I'm not sure it's for me. Um, I like the house ones. I tend to like some of these ones. Now the lighthouse is okay, but yeah. And then you got a Keepsake Corners Firehouse. I'm not sure if I like that one at all. Yeah, I think I think the only two on this page is the dachshund, only because I have one, and the kitten one because I have to buy it for my wife. But
Okay.
Lee, anything else on this one?
No, I may the rocking reindeer I like. I think it's the color palette
Mm-hmm.
that I like the most though. But that will be an on sale item for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So now we have this. These are the Keepsake Ornament Club ones. So you, unless you're a member, you can. That's the only way you can get them. So I guess I will not be getting them. Except I do have
Shall
a
we
bunch of. I have a bunch of them
shall
because
we
they sell.
tease?
Well, you sell money. You buy them on eBay. Someone will sell it on eBay. So
Yeah.
but truthfully, I don't. There's nothing here. This is why I don't join the club. I've never seen the. There's been never been enough reason to do the ornaments to get them. Now, if they started throwing in exclusive pop culture ones, I might have to do it. Because if that's the only way I can get certain ones, then definitely, I think I would probably do it. But right now, they probably don't have the agreements to do that with those IPs, so they just have to sort of create their own. So we'll skip this page because I'm not a member. Christmas Wonder. Okay, so I did. Obviously I glanced through this book ahead of time. Because I couldn't help myself. Because I said to myself, "Oh, I'm going to wait," but as soon as I downloaded it, I was like, "I'm looking through it." Uh, I really like the North Pole countdown, the Christmas ornaments up in the corner, the round ones with the different faces. I'm not buying it, but I like it. I think they're cool. Um, Santa, Mrs. Claus. It's got some reindeer. It's got Frosty. It's got a mouse. It's got some kids. I mean, they're cute. I really do like them. And plus, it's like a big collection of ornaments and series.
Yeah.
Uh,
I like the pull string lion. Once again, more nostalgia than anything because we had some wooden ornaments growing
mhm.
up that were very similar to that we would yank the string till it broke.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's not much here. Um, the ones in the corner, the Nifty Fifties keepsake ornaments.
I
I
like
guess,
those.
yeah. You know what? Those are kind of cool. Um, because I assume they're based on real '50s ornaments.
Yeah.
Uh, blown glass ornaments. Yeah, BG and I. So yeah, so it looks like Pepper Tree Villa is getting the Nifty 50 ones. The Merry Mice and Sweet Snow Boy. So the Snow Boy, but they're not going to get the Snow Girl, or are you getting a Snow Girl? Uh, is she different? Oh, she's limited quantity, so they'll probably have both of them there, and then you can decide which one you want. Um, yeah, I guess I have to look at and see, but if those are based on 1950s ornaments, those might be kind of cool to pick up. I'm not putting them on the list, so don't add it into my
Okay.
total yet. Um, but I think those ones are pretty cool. Okay. All right, now we're getting into some fun things.
There we go.
Uh, yeah, there's some fun things on this page. Um,
Yeah.
so the first one up here, and this is one of those tabletop ones, lights up. This is because they're too big to put on to put on the tree. So lights up, moves and plays jolly old Saint Nicholas. This is one of those ones that's got the tree at the train at the bottom. Um, those are always cool. We got another Keepsake Village ones. These ones have been fun. I have a couple of these. Um, I kind of like the penguins sliding around. Um,
Yeah.
Choice continuous light and motion. It plays Jingle Bells. I don't not really like that one as much. Up on the housetop table decoration. So Santa. Okay.
I love the idea of this. It just doesn't look that great to me.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. It looks like Santa's going to go up and down the chimney. If he appeared, like if he went down the chimney, and a Santa you see in this window comes right here, that would be
Yeah,
cool. That would make this
yeah.
really cool. But I don't think I think all it does is go up and down and plays music. Um, so yeah, and the details, like her, she's in the window, but it's like all solid yellow behind her and stuff. It's like, come
Yeah.
on, let's get a little depth in there. Do something.
I feel like we could 3D print this for like $25.
Probably, probably. Um, all right, so we got a so like it's not a Volkswagen van, but it's sort of very similar to
Tribute.
one. Yeah, it's a tribute to it. It's kind of cool, but then like I noticed, at first I thought, oh, this is a definite one, but the elves are just printed on.
Yeah, they're stickers.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that I until you zoom in on it, you just don't see it. Um, Roasting marshmallows. I'm going to say, how much is B? B is going to be, $70.
Giddy up.
Oh.
I'm going with A.
Are you?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's $40. That's got a train on it. Um,
better than better than 69.99. Is that what yours is? Yeah. Oh
yeah. No, I'm not gonna put it on my list. That's
no.
a nope. I think I'm gonna hold off on that. Because I have one.
Oh
I believe me. If when you can come to my house in December and see how little table space I got left once I decorate, and so I think that is it's gonna be too much. So Mark says he likes G, the Santa face. That's based like on a mask, like those old '50s masks, right?
yeah, that's gonna keep me up at night. I when I first saw it, I was like, I do like that. And
Mm-hmm.
they look like boils under his eyes.
They're gonna pop.
like, like he's got to go to the hospital right now.
Yeah, I like the concept, Mark. I think the concept is cool, but I kind of but again, those '50s like Halloween masks were also terrifyingly,
Yeah.
disturbing to look at, especially when you put them on your face as a kid. Um, yeah, I'm passing on this page. Nothing.
Sure.
Yeah,
All right.
but there's a few ornaments that are coming up that are gonna have to take precedent, and I have to be mindful of my money, even though Chad
Okay.
thinks I have all my giant YouTube money. So Pepper Tree Villa is getting Holly Jolly Santa. So the
I
one
mean,
thing I will say is that sometimes these ornaments do not look great in the book, but when you go to see them in person, you're like, that's kind of cool. And so
yeah.
I'll I'm gonna take a look at that when it comes out, Mark and Pepper Tree, and see if it's cool. It's a little 3 dimensional looking. It does light up, so that might be cool. But if does it light up his boils under his eyes, then I don't know. Maybe that's it's a little too creepy. All right, moving on. Oh my god! So the first thing I see right away is
What is this?
okay. Yeah, this is a getting dirty. The reindeer is doing a dance.
Hallmark After Dark.
Yeah, it's I don't understand it.
This is
Uh,
uncomfortable. I like
yeah,
that we have one on a pole, but then we have another one in jail. It's just what happened, guy. Rough night.
well, is it the same ornament? No, the same reindeer. No, they're two different reindeers. But so grandma got run over by reindeers. So he's arrested because he ran over the grandma. But grandma was in the way.
She was.
Did he do it on
Can't
purpose?
play on
I
the
don't
street.
know. All right, chesting roast nuts. that's got to be. It's available in October. I bet you that's not the final artwork. It can't be. That looks
I
so.
hope not.
Yeah, that looks
That's
so
very
bad.
bad.
Yeah. Um, I don't understand the hangers with the sweaters. You
Yeah.
know.
They're going to be so close to the tree, you're not going to see them.
Yeah. So they're gonna quote him. Lee. They're gonna quote you tomorrow night.
Please
With
do.
the. So and Mark says I have 3 Santa trees and working on number 4. So Mark, I assume that means you just collect Santas, and put them all on a tree. So I mean, obviously there's some Santas here, but do you have an inappropriate reindeer tree? I would suggest to see if anybody wants to start that. You have at least 2 good ornaments that you can use on this one. And then you got the cat in the tree costume. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. I hate that song. I don't want any ornament representing that. Um,
Who is the target for the North Pole dancer? Like you can't give that to your kid. You can't give it to
no,
your grandma. Who's
but
who's that for? And the mouth is very odd on that too.
yeah, let me go back here. All right, so I just noticed this one. Pull my finger, snowman. Pull on the snowman's hand to hear a funny sound effect. Come on, Hallmark. Just pull his hands and you can hear a fart. I mean, that's what that's gonna be. Oh, all right.
Pull his finger so he can release air.
Lee, we're going to add "Pull My Finger, Santa Claus" to my list.
What? Wait. You're gonna get pull my finger Santa Claus, but you're not gonna get the awesome penguin escapade from the prior one.
No.
This is Joe. Oh man.
Well, here's the caveat though with the with this one. Pull my finger. If it's a good fart sound, I'm definitely buying it. I'm not putting it on the
Okay.
list, but I will pick it up if it's a good fart sound. If it's lame, like if it just sounds kind of like a fart and then does like jingle sounds or something like that, I don't want that.
Okay.
Although that'd be
So
kind of funny.
we're not including it.
I'm include it. Let's just say because if
Okay.
it's as long as it sounds cool, I think it's funny. It's inappropriate. One of my videos that I'm very proud of, but uh, it was not well received. Is about 2 years ago, I put together a video called "The Essential 7 Christmas Farts from a Movie," and I put this out,
That's
and
very
this is
niche,
what
Joe.
I didn't have a lot of subscribers. So, you're counting every single subscriber. I put that video out. I lost 30 subscribers within 2 days. And it was just
Oh
like, wow. Okay. Some people, I guess that was just probably a little too child humorish. Although these fart sounds are in these Christmas movies that we all love.
yeah.
But I've not gone.
And what percentage of your follower base was 30?
Well,
No material amount.
I think a lot of I tend to go 30 to 50 is my main audience, and guess what? 80% male. So, those female watchers most likely did not like it. Yes, Mark, definitely go check it out. It's I think it's funny. I like to make lists of weird things, and Christmas farts was just it was just too funny not to do it. But I did lose a lot of listeners when I had that. So
Is that an incomplete sentence, Mark, or are you talking about letter A?
I think he's talking about the video. So
I'm gonna have a stroke.
so all right. So yeah, definitely gonna pull my finger one. If it's a good fart sound, I'll buy it. Pepper Tree, are you gonna buy the pull my finger one? I'm just looking to see if anybody else is backing me on this. But all right, so let's move on.
Joe,
They can answer.
Joe, you'll have to do some kind of like short where you just test the pull my finger, like a
Oh
30
yeah,
second clip. Yeah.
So Pepper Tree says, I haven't seen that video yet, Joe. Yeah, just search the series Essential 7. It's like the fourth or fifth one that I did. It's I like my Essential 7 list. It's like essentially 7 of something that I choose. And why I chose 7, I don't know. I just came up with a number. All right, let's move on. Okay. So now we're starting to get into some pop culture stuff. And this is where I these are the things that I love to look at. So the first thing I'm going to give a rant on, and it's the elf. So they clearly cannot get the rights to use Will Ferrell in these as these ornaments, because every elf ornament that they've put out has been this drawn elf. Now they've had Jovi with him. I want a Will Ferrell elf ornament, and they just have. I don't think they've put out one. Maybe they did a long time ago, but I think that it annoys me.
This too is a tribute. This is Wilhelm Ferrell.
Yeah, it's just not Buddy the Elf to me. Like it's not even the animated Christmas special that they did. If it was that elf, I might buy it, but yeah, so definitely not buying the elves. I like the Grinch, but I have so many Grinch things. I just can't do any more Grinch, and I don't like this one that much. Here's where I would have loved. So I would have loved to have seen 3D animated hearts, where it goes from little ones to bigger ones that are sticking out in front of his chest. This is just, stuck on and showing the two sizes too small. Like have the hearts like it's growing out of his chest. That might be kind of cool. His face isn't that great. Yeah, I just, I know.
To me, the Grinch looks like he's giving birth. That's the motion. If you lay him down, he's got his hand over his baby and he's about to give birth.
Yeah, his eyes aren't good either. What I would say, the elf ornaments look more like the animated starring Jim Parsons, but they don't even really look like him on that either. It's kind of like their own version of Elf, and I'm not digging it. So then here again, I'm going to get annoyed by this. So we got Cousin Eddie, but it is not, what's his name? Randy Quaid. It's a cartoon version of him, but yet we do have a Chevy Chase ornament, which they've obviously gotten the rights to. So when I see the animated version, it tells me right away they just don't have the rights to all of the actors to use their faces. And I don't want an animated Cousin Eddie.
They just call it the cousin.
Yeah. Yeah. It can't even use the word Eddie. So I'm wondering if it's got to be a rights issue. It's got to be something. All right. So add Clark's Christmas Memories on here. I love Christmas Vacation. I do have a number of Chevy Chase ornaments that I think I have all of them so far. This one is kind of cool. I think they're running out of Chevy Chase ornaments. I'm not quite sure what else we could do, except maybe when he's buying underwear, like in the mall. I think that would be fun. That's where
the pole dancer comes from on the previous page.
Give me the Chevy Chase where he's wiping his forehead with a girl's panties, and that's what I want. I want that one because that's a funny moment. They have put out so many Polar Express sleigh bells. I have like 3 of them, and I didn't buy them because people buy them for me all the time. No more sleigh bells. You've done it, Hallmark. This has got to be like the 5th or 6th one they've put out.
But this one has a brown string.
I guess. Well, you know what? You know what would be awesome? That if they should pack it. Here's what I would love: do a blind box Polar Express Santa sleigh bell, where some of them ring and some of them don't. And if you open it and it doesn't ring, then it's telling you you don't have the Christmas spirit.
That's great. I like that.
Oh, that would be so funny. Um, it's funny to me, but I think some people would be annoyed with it. But yeah, yeah, I agree. And Pepper Tree Villa saying the same thing here. Trying to move over. Oh, you know what? I'll put up your post here in a second. All right.
Heat Miser looks good.
Heat Miser is amazing. You can add him to my list. Heat Miser. I love the Miser brothers. They're some of my favorite characters. Frosty and Karen. They've done this ornament before. This is I think they just did it recently. Like I'm pretty sure. And it's not even a good one. I mean, Karen's face. Let's zoom in on this again. And again, yeah.
Her face looks like a psychedelic acid trip.
Yeah, it's not good, but again, it's so hard. Sometimes they just don't look. They don't photograph well, and it's just an image that they scale down and they roughly cut out, because you could tell, like even like around the edges of Frosty isn't very good. So, Christmas Story is one of my favorite movies.
He looks like a thief.
I love the
He
old
looks like
man.
Marv.
Yeah.
He looks like Marv from Home Alone.
I have so many Christmas Story ornaments. I could probably do a tree of nothing but the Christmas Story ornaments. I don't know if they've done this one yet or not. I feel like they have, but add it to the list. Add it to the list. Yeah. I'm a sucker. I will probably end up just buying it. So all right. So on this page, Year Without a Santa Claus, The Old Man, and Clark Griswold. Those three. Everything else kind of sucks. Pepper Tree Villa's in agreement with us. Do we need another Polar Express bell? But yeah, we just do not need any more. All right. Meaningful moments.
Next. Is that a man? Is it? Oh, get. Okay.
So, let's go back.
No, that was the right move, Joe.
So I'm already married. I don't need anything for our wedding. My wife would, if I gave her this, our Christmas together for 2025 or something like that, she would just like look at me like, "What? Why would you give me this?" My daughter's 16 years old right now, so I don't need the Sweetest Dream Come True. Baby's first Christmas ornaments. No. Love Wins. Great. I'm glad they're putting that out there. Winnie the Pooh. Baby's First Christmas. Our Little Miracle. Yeah. Nope. Next page. I don't need any of those. And it's not because I don't have any of those memories. I just never have been fond of any of those Hallmark stuff. So, all right. We're kind of on the same page on this one.
Yeah.
I don't want mom, son, dad, daughter ornaments. I don't need those. I don't need great grandchild. Nope. We're skipping. All right. Oh Jesus. We got more angels. Yeah. Yeah. We literally. Yeah. All right. So I have to wait
the
and
baby
see.
one's cute.
Yeah, I have to wait and see. My wife likes these angel ornaments that they put out once in a while. But I usually wait to see when she goes into the store. If she goes, "Oh, I like that," then I'll buy it. But otherwise, I don't buy them unless I know that she wants it. So I'm going to say no to any of those for right now. But there's a good chance that one of those angels will be purchased because my wife loves that. But yeah, I don't really see anything here. I don't care about any of this. So, okay. Fun gifts and perfect fits. Guess what? There's no perfect fit. um,
Uh,
don't care
I
about a
mean,
chess set.
I mean, the lantern is neat. That could be a on sale one, perhaps.
Yeah, no,
If
not
anybody
for
gets me
me.
an iPhone ornament, though, I'm chucking it down the drain.
Yeah. Okay, so
Art
I is
piece.
a beer stein, but I've never seen a beer stein look like that.
No,
Yeah.
no, that
And
looks
you
like a
know what?
lifesaver.
Uh do you play guitar, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. If you play guitar and people then say, "Oh, you need a guitar ornament." You know how many freaking guitar ornaments I have? I don't need
Yeah.
any more of guitar ornaments. I don't want a guitar ornament.
That's like when you're a kid and you like tell your grandma you like elephants, and then it's elephants for the next 30 years.
Yeah. Oh, so well, my daughter's 16. She doesn't have her driver's license yet, but there's a good chance she'll get it for 2025. Should I get her the photo holder new driver keychain ornament?
Her eyes will roll out of her head.
Yeah, no, she will. She will. She would. She'll say no. So we're gonna pass on everything here. Pepper Tree Villa says they agree too. So, um, okay, all right, sports. don't know.
Sports.
I don't watch
Go
sports.
football.
Yeah, I don't watch. I don't watch sports. I don't even know who these people are. And I know there's probably some people that are like, how do you not know who TJ Watt is? And he's a Pittsburgh Steeler. I just don't know. I'm sorry. um, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I used to watch WWE. I don't really watch it anymore.
I mean,
Um,
he's 12. That was 20 years ago, Joe, wasn't it?
Yeah,
25?
more. Yeah, I was in college when he when
That was
when that was happening, but I was never into that era. I just didn't watch it. So Stone Cold never meant that much to me, and I know that's for WWE fans. They're all like, "Really?" And it's just like I didn't watch it because I didn't have cable
I
in
was
college, so I never
I
saw
was like
any
a
of it. Yeah,
I was like a Tatanka, Yokozuna, Ultimate Warrior kid,
Ultimate
and
Warrior.
that's
Yeah,
yeah, early
yeah.
90s, even late 80s to a degree.
Yeah, no, yeah. So 80s, early 80s, late 80s, 90s. We got cornhole games. I don't
Get
know why people
lost.
at that. Yeah. All right, we're passing on here and this. Yeah, so no sports and nothing else here. All right, Lee. So I guess you're getting
Okay.
everything on this page, right?
So here so there's a few things I love. So I'll definitely get the plane. Now, I'm a little bit weird on the trains because I only get the main issue locomotive. And really, this is purely a space thing. These things weigh a lot, so you
Yeah.
can't really put them on a tree. So I don't get the cars. They always do like the gold alternate. I don't do that. So what I would probably do here is the New York Central locomotive. I would do the plane. I would do although I do have a soft spot for mid 90s SVT Ford products, I would pass on that. And I'd think about getting the farm tractor because I got a little of that in me.
Nice. So you're one of those guys that doesn't buy the tender, right?
No, it's purely the locomotive.
That's why there's always tenders left over every year, but the
Yes.
locomotive is gone.
Yep.
So, yeah, my dad is a huge train guy. I got that a little bit in that into me. I put trees around the tree. I have I got a Polar Express, Lionel. What's it G? Is that what it is? Yeah. And then I have the Hogwarts Express. I have both of
Okay.
those, and then I have a train that my dad bought for me when I was probably like 2 years old, and it
Okay.
is a I can't remember what it is. It's really old. It still kind of runs, but yeah, it's I love putting trains around the tree.
Yeah.
You you got to do that every year. I have not done it a lot over the past few years because we got cats and I wasn't sure how they were going to react. So I did put one around the tree this year. Um, they did not like it, but they left it alone. So that was a
I,
win-win for me.
I do
Um,
like the tabletop here, but I want to see it in person before I make that purchase.
yeah, I agree with you. It is $130. So that's a commitment. And you know what? The only really reason is because it uses little Lionel houses and stuff. Like, I recognize all the houses are based on the old Lionel Plasticville, the line that they had. But yeah, in person, I bet you that's cool. So um,
Are
I
you
have my
are you
grandpa's
buying
tree and
anything?
ornaments. For me, I don't think I'm going to buy anything on this tree, this page.
Really?
Yeah, I have a few of the trains. I have a
You
huge,
don't?
extensive HO collection of New York Central stuff. I
Okay.
bought a when I bought this house, I said, "Oh, I'm gonna put train layout in the basement." So I went crazy and I bought a New York Central Niagara huge steam engine and I was like, I love it. And then I realized I had to buy like the special radius track because it was too big. So I bought
Yep.
all of that, and then I started buying things, and I'm like, maybe I should start like putting together a layout. And I built the layout, and I started laying out the track, and I never got any further than that. And eventually, I tore it all down. And so I bought all this stuff, and it's never been used. It's been sitting in
Oh
bins.
wow.
Yeah, I figure I could probably. I'm sure someone will buy it if I ever try to sell it. But yeah,
You don't want a Ram 1500 ornament
no,
for your tree?
no, I'm not a car guy except for movie cars. So, and I know they got the Bumblebee Chevy Cavalier. Bumblebee is not a Chevy Cavalier or Camaro. I mean, he's Bumblebee is a Volkswagen Bug. You know, that's the way it is. So,
Yep.
yep. So I'm gonna pass on everything on this page.
All right.
Um, all right. So now we got some Star Wars stuff here, but these are like the mini tree toppers and mini tree stuff. I try to not. I don't like any of this stuff. It's like the Tie Fighter and the Death Star. It's just yeah. I'm gonna pass on all of that. Um, yeah, I'm passing on everything here.
You're like 0 for 6 here, Joe.
I know. Well, we're good. Believe me, it's about to get real very very soon. Um, cool. All right. So
What
I
is Santa
accidentally
Claus doing? It's Hallmark After Dark down there at the bottom. What is that?
Sweet Santa.
Why
Yeah.
is he
What
looking
is?
so sassy?
I don't know. I don't understand that one. Um. No, we have not even gotten to Disney yet. Retrospective. Which we got to get moving. I didn't just realize we're an hour in already. Um.
Oh boy.
This is yeah. All right. I don't see anything here. Christmas cooker. I don't understand why you want a crockpot ornament. The sushi's kind of cute, but again, if I saw it for 75% off, that would make it like 250. I'd buy it. You know. Um. But I think I'm passing on everything here. You see anything here that speaks out to you?
The only thing I mean I do like the Santa topper a little bit, but certainly not enough
Yeah.
to spend $1 on it.
And it's a mini tree topper too. So these
Yeah.
are, these are just the miniature ornaments. All right. So pop culture mini ornaments. So, all right. So the first one that we have to add, because I'm a huge Star Trek nerd, 7 of 9 mini ornament. I guarantee you it's going to look like crap in person because it's going to be this big. It's not going to be. I think the picture on in the book is bigger than it's actually going to be. Um, I do like Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter L. but that's the same ornament that they put out 2 years ago. So I already have the larger one. Um,
So we have 7 of 9 for sure.
yeah, 7 and 9 for sure. But I think that's it. I think the rest of them are just a lot of these little ornaments are just too small to get too detailed, and they just don't look great. Like I bet you if you are into the Minecraft or the Pokemon and stuff, I bet those look fine because they're just cartoon drawings. But yeah, I think everything else I'm passing on. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I like the Grinch puppy a little bit, and
Okay.
I like the Mario. That's a Mario Brothers mushroom, right? Or a
Yeah.
what were they called? The
Uh,
there's a name for them.
yeah.
A
I don't
goop,
remember.
goop, goop, Goompa, something like that. And
Yeah.
that's purely a childhood memory.
Yeah.
Is that a yeah, that's Clark. I
That's
would buy
Clark.
that in a full size ornament.
And they put that out a
Um,
few years ago. So
did they?
yeah. Yeah.
I'll go
Uh,
overpay for it on eBay.
yeah. So Pepper Tree Villa said they like the peanut ones. I don't like Charlie Brown's face. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I think I'm not feeling those ones as much. There'll be some Charlie Brown here that I'm definitely gonna Goomba. Yeah, that's it. So
Goomba. There
we
we
were
go.
close. Yeah. All right. So
All right.
Disney. So my wife and daughter are big Disney people. I like Disney. I like going to Disney World. But I buy ornaments for them. So there are two on this page that are most likely definite. The first one is Disney's Electric Parade with Goofy. It lights up and plays music. I like that one a lot. It's like a train. But the one that I really like on this page is Firefighting Friends, because that's sort of based on the that cartoon Firefighting Friends, which I liked as a kid. Um, so I like that one. That's a $50 ornament. Wow.
Yeah. And are you doing the electric parade too?
Yeah, I'm definitely doing the
Okay.
Electric Parade one. So it's weird because they have this one, the Magical Celebration. So I guess this one is Disneyland because the one that they put out a few years ago was Disney World. But I've never been to Disneyland, and I know that we talked last week with the Pepper Tree guys. They were like, "Oh, you need to go to Disneyland," and believe me, I want to. But I don't have that nostalgia for it yet, so I would probably pass on that one. Although I bet Pepper Tree Villa's getting C, um, A, B, C, and E. so, uh, so they're also getting Gardner Mickey. Okay, yeah. Definitely Firefighting Friends and Electric Parade. Those are two definites. Everything else, I think I'm going to pass on. What about you? Anything here?
I like the firefighting friends a lot. For $50, I don't know if I'm there yet.
Mm,
Um, yeah, it's probably the only one. I would like D, the sketch to screen, if it looked a little better. I feel like the desk just looks like stamped plastic, and I know a lot of this stuff is, but that desk is such a focal point, and it just looks
yeah.
really cheap to me.
Yeah, I bet you it probably looks better in person. The Disney ornaments, they put some money into them. So,
Okay.
um, I would check it out when it's out, and then it'll be out in July. So it'll be hanging on the hook there, so you can check it out. Okay, all right, Haunted Mansion stuff. So I love the Haunted Mansion stuff, but I don't own a lot of it, and I know a lot of it is it tells a story with the remote, and again, the on the right we got the Disneyland Haunted Mansion, and on the right on the left is the Disneyland, on the right is the Disney World. The Disney World ones have already been out for a while. I don't own any of these. Um, I really, really love Hatbox Ghost, and I just don't feel like they've done a good Hatbox Ghost ornament. And maybe I missed it, and but he's the only character that I really like. I do own. Oh, you know what? I do own the Hitchhiking Ghost. Um, I do own that one. I bought that one a few years ago. I love. Yeah, I know you guys are getting page 40. Paper Tree Village buying everything. The gargoyle one is cool. Because so I have in my media room. We bought them on Etsy. It's the stretching paintings from the Haunted Mansion. We have those hanging on our in our media room, and I've seen them when we were at Disney World. They didn't have any for sale because they had sold out, but they'll sell those gargoyle candle holders, and I wanted to buy two of them because we have a fireplace that's in that room as well, and I thought that would be cool to have on either side. We got the stretching paintings on there, but yeah, I don't think I'm buying anything here. I just don't have the room and the budget to get all of these Haunted Mansion ones, other than the Hitchhiking Ghost, which was separate from everything else from before. But now these all tell the story. So yeah. What about you?
What is the so I don't know anything about the Haunted Mansion, and that needs to be on my list this year. But what is the ornament hanging right below the castle, if you will, with like the veil over him?
Oh, that's the bride. So
Okay.
in the story, she I can't remember if she. I don't think she died. I think all her husbands died. Um,
Oh, convenient.
but I might be wrong on that. It's been a while since I actually read the whole book about the making of the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland and Disney World, the ride and the stories and everything. But I'm sure Pepper Tree Villa knows the story, so they'll correct me if I was wrong. Um, but yeah, so that's Constance Hatchaway. She's the bride that's in the it's in the ride itself. So have you ever been to Disney World?
I've not.
You've not. Wow. Yeah, you
I've
definitely got
been
to check out Haunted Mansion
I've
is
been to
fun.
I've been to Disneyland, but never World.
Oh, did you go to the Haunted Mansion there?
No, so it's been, oh heck, probably I was a teenager, so
Okay.
25 years maybe.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
late nine.
you definitely need to go check out a Haunted Mansion because it's a
Okay.
lot of it to me it's one of the best rides in Disney World. Um,
Wow.
okay, well, I think I'm even gonna pass on the gargoyle. I just don't. It's cool, but I just don't have any of these, and I don't think I want to start collecting them. I mean, I'd buy them if they were cheap, but these ones have been rotating every year. They've had the same ones, and they don't go on sale. So that's why I have not purchased them yet. All right, now we got some Disney characters, and there's going to be ones here that I'm definitely buying for myself and for my wife. All right, for me, Kermit Rainbow Connection is a definite. It's a keepsake power chord. He moves and sings. So that means he's going to be playing the banjo. I'm sure his mouth is going to be singing along with the song. So that's a definite for me. Um, I think my wife loves Little Mermaid. That's her. That's her favorite Disney movie. So I think Ariel and the Prince down there in with the statue. Uh, she will want that one. There's another one with Flounder the fish, but I don't. I feel like I have a whole bunch of those ones, but the statue one's kind of new and unique. I don't like Winnie the Pooh. Um, my wife kind of likes. Yeah, I don't.
You don't like Winnie on top of the balloon?
No.
I tried to hold the door open for you, Joe.
No, I've never been a Winnie the Pooh person, and it's just more of a. It's just never been something I liked. I I was thinking about Abu and the Magic Lamp. Um, I might buy that one for my daughter. She likes Aladdin. Um, yeah, so put Abu on there. I'm gonna try to get that one, and then definitely getting Kermit, and then Little Mermaid, Ariel, and the Prince. Everything else, not as interested.
Okay.
And so I think this one is just Cinderella mice, and hope we get a boo. So it's limited. So Pepper Tree, and retrospective says just Kermit for me, but I pick up Aristocats after Christmas if it's still around. Yeah, like I will pick up any of these if it's still around at 75% off. Like that's a definite build up the collection. But if I had a if I'd have to wait. All right. Oh God. Okay. So all right. So right away for me, Darkwing Duck. Gotta get Darkwing Duck. He is E. That is 1999. So Darkwing Ducks is a definite for me. Um, I love I love Up, and I love buying the Carl and Ellie ornament stuff that they've put out before. My wife, my wife cannot watch that movie without crying in the first 15 minutes of it or whatever. Whenever they show the history, so I will definitely get that one. Um, I I'd probably try to get Sid from Toy Story because he's limited quantity, and I have his shirt. I like his shirt, but I don't want a Buzz or Woody. I just don't want them. Um,
Which is he, Joe? 19 or 14? 1999?
he's 1999. Yeah,
Getting old and blind.
Darkwing Duck. Yeah, isn't that what I said? I said Darkwing Duck, right? I said that I wanted to buy him.
You said Darkwing. You said
Yeah,
the Up. And then did you say Sid as well?
yeah, I'm gonna get Sid.
Okay. Yeah.
So, um, so retrospective is saying Rescue Rangers. I didn't like Rescue Rangers. I just didn't. I didn't respond to. I never watched that show that much. But I like Darkwing Duck, and yeah, I'm. I know people love a Goofy movie with Max. I'm just. It maybe it was too. It was too. I was too old for it when that came out. Um,
What was the cartoon with Baloo? He was a pilot. He had a cool yellow airplane. Kid Cloud Kicker would surf in the air out of the back of the airplane. Um, I think Chip and Dale were in there as side characters,
oh, I
and I
don't
can't
know.
remember. Fantastic cartoon. Someone's got to know it here.
Yeah, yeah. I don't care about any of these other ones. Um, I know my daughter likes Inside Out, but I don't think she wants an ornament from it. Um, and then Toy Story, yeah, Sid's the only one I would want. So I'm gonna pass on Tailspin. That's right, Tailspin was the
Tailspin.
cartoon.
That's it.
Yeah, okay. Um, yeah, so Darkwing Duck, Sid, and Carl and Ellie. Those three. Holy crap, Carl and Ellie is $44.99. Oh, it's porcelain. Oh, take it
It,
off.
it,
I
it,
don't want it.
oh,
I don't.
it's already in, Joe.
No, nope, 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 nope. Scratch
Take
it
it
off.
off.
It's porcelain ornament. I don't want a porcelain one. Those gonna break. I've bought ones porcelains in the past and they break rather easily. Um, so yeah, take that off. All right, so we're just
Right.
getting Darkwing and Sid. All right. Okay, we got Snoopy here. Well, we saw it, and we're definitely buying Spike, Snoopy's brother. Uh, that is a definite. Spike has become. I always loved Spike, but it's become even more of a important thing since I've been on the Christmas Cousins podcast, and we discovered that cousin Seth thought he had a Snoopy tattoo on his back, only to discover, for me to discover that no, he does not have a Snoopy tattoo. He has a Spike tattoo, and if you have never seen that episode or listened to that episode or seen it, go to the Christmas Cousins page and look for. I think we were talking about the Peanut Christmas, but I think Chad labeled it. We discovered Seth's tattoo. It is one of the best episodes ever, where Seth comes to realize that for the 30 years that he had a tattoo on his back, because he got that when he was like 14 years old.
Very
he
young.
did not get Snoopy. He got Spike. So it's a classic episode of the Christmas Cousin podcast. Yeah. So I love Peanuts. The 3D Peanuts characters just don't always work for me as well. I also don't like that they don't replicate them to look like the show or like the TV special. So like if you look at the Christmas one, a Charlie Brown Christmas one in the corner, and we'll zoom in on this here. This is supposed to be from a Charlie Brown Christmas, and these the stage is cool. I really love the stage. I'll be honest. I think the stage is awesome. I don't like the characters. They don't represent like a scene. They kind of do, but they don't. Like the scene of why is Linus like sort of like calling out the things, like take a clue, take a clip from the show, from the special, and try to match it with his blanket. He's holding his blanket in it. The color of Schroeder's shirt is all wrong. The tree is not very good. So I have a hard time wanting to get this, just because I just don't like the way the characters are put out here.
How much is that one, Joe?
That one's $149
Oh,
too. So
no way.
this, yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on it. As much as much as I love this special, I just don't like the way the characters look in it. And it's just my personal preference. And but it doesn't look like it doesn't look like they're from the special. I love the snow cone maker. I feel like that's going to be around, so that's a wait. But I do love it, and if it's on clearance after Christmas, I'm definitely buying it. Yeah, Pepper Tree
I like the
Villa.
flying ace.
Which one?
The
Oh, the
flying
Flying
ace. I
Ace.
just don't like. I don't like the comics around it. And I too am more of. I prefer the old school stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I do think of all the modern characters, Snoopy looks the least bad.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's yeah. I'm surprised. I'm passing on everything but Spike, and the only reason I'm getting Spike is because of the Christmas Cousins. Um, Now that being said, I might see these in person and change my mind. But for right now, I'm going to say no to any of them. I don't like that the doghouse has a flat roof. Like that's not
Yeah,
how that is. I Masked Marvels. I know that was from the. I know that was from the strip, but It's not as familiar with me. The sledding one is kind of cool, but it's almost $50. Merit badge ceremony doesn't respond to me. I mean, Christmas is a warm hug. That's like a classic. But again, it's the faces. It's just they're just not quite right. Um, but like I said, if I see this in person, I might change my mind. But as for right now, Spike is the only one on this page. We better get moving here, Lee. I don't know how long you want to stick on, but
I got all night, man.
all right. So we'll quickly try to go through some of this on this page. All right. So the Kool-Aid guy is all and mac and cheese are already out in stores. You can actually buy them. I saw them the other day. I think the Kool-Aid guy is cool, but I'm not gonna buy him unless it's on sale. I don't care about the mac and cheese. I don't get that. I
It's
don't
good
get
to be a
that.
big fan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like Kraft mac and cheese. I want to make real mac and cheese if I'm gonna have it. But my kid loves that stuff, but it's not for me. Um, don't watch Paw Patrol. Well, I did when my kid was young, but she doesn't want that now. I hate Elmo. I don't like
Those are
Dora.
all terrible.
Yeah. The Teenage
SpongeBob.
Mutant SpongeBob is cool, but he's in a present. It's not cool. Patrick is cool. I
Yeah.
like Patrick. That seems fun, but that's not one that I have to rush out and buy. The turtle one is not. It's based on that new turtle look, which again, how many times are they gonna reboot the turtles?
Yeah.
Um, Garfield,
Purple
it looks like it.
dinosaur. Purple
Yeah,
dinosaur reminds me of do you remember Denver the Last Dinosaur? Did you ever watch that cartoon?
no, I don't think
Reminds
I
me of
saw
one
that one.
of not Denver because he was green, but one of his buddies, I believe, was purple, and that was always kind of a fun show.
Yeah, and I didn't watch Avatar. And Garfield looks like it's a flat ornament. Maybe I'm wrong, but like on the back of it, it's just all flat. And then I hate Shrek. I really don't like Shrek. Um, so yeah, passing on everything here. So, uh, oh
Man.
Jesus, yeah, we're Pepper Tree Villa's having homemade mac and cheese with our ham for dinner tonight. That sounds awesome. Um, let's see. Denver was
She was
legit.
retrospectum.
I
That was
don't
a
remember
great
that.
show.
All right, so
It's
I
on you.
hate
It's on YouTube.
I my wife had a Furby when we first got together, and the batteries
What?
in that thing died, but and so it stopped working until like a few months later, and we were sleeping and we heard this like whiny kind of talking. I was like, "What the heck is that?" It turns out the batteries brought it back to life, and I could not
Oh
get the
boy.
battery pack open, and I threw the Furby into the closet. I was like, because we just couldn't get it open. It was like in the middle of the night. So I'll never get a Furby anything. And I know people love Furbies, but no. I it's none of this stuff speaks to me. I don't really care about holiday Barbie.
Were you a Transformers kid at all?
I was, but that I don't like that Transformer one.
Yeah.
It's just a flat dimensional one. Doesn't speak to me. Lego ones, I don't get the Lego suit characters. I mean, they're cute, but Corn Popper is cool, but I don't want that. Maybe the Crayola ornament on this one, Pepper Tree says. The log cabin, yeah, it's cute, but it's $20. So I know we're about to hit a page here that's gonna break my bank. So, all right. I don't like the Slimer. I'll be honest. I don't like the look of it. Maybe it's just the picture. I'm gonna have that's a wait and see for me. Um, it's
The
it.
terrible Stranger Things.
You know what though? I really love. I really loved that last season of Stranger Things, and
Yeah,
do I want what's that character's name? That's
I can't even remember.
oh, cause yeah, it's the redhead girl on there.
Yeah.
She yeah, the fact that I can't remember her name probably means I shouldn't buy it. I
Should
mean,
be a no.
yeah, I have a couple of the Stranger Thing ornaments, which is why I was somewhat considering it. But I think I'm gonna pass. Again, I think I have to wait and see. I guess I'll wait and see. Um, I love Lord of the Rings, but I don't want any. I have so many Lord of the Rings Gandalf. I think I have three of them. I think this might be the fourth Gandalf ornament they've put out. He plays dialogue from the scene. Yeah. Um, I really don't like that Gollum.
How
I,
come?
I I think maybe it's just not painted well. It's painted right.
Yeah.
Like if it's too one, I think Gollum isn't that flesh colored tone. I think he's more
Yeah.
white and gray, and so that looks wrong. Um, and I know
He
it's one
looks
of those ones. It's one of those ones that'll speak because they did that with Yoda last year, and I bought that and I loved it. But I don't like the look of it. Maybe it's just the color of the photograph, but I'm passing on all four of these. So,
he looks a little more muscular, I think, than he did in the movies as well.
oh
Like
yeah,
look at
you're
his
right.
legs.
That arm, that arm looks like it's
Yeah.
got some tone to it. I mean, he should be as
Yeah.
flabby as I am.
Yeah.
So, all right, yeah, passing on all four of those. Okay. The Jaws ornaments are so lame. Um, it's just the sign, and it's the same with the
Yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's just the movie poster, and I just don't. $25 for a lighted movie poster of Raiders of the Lost Ark. You
Feel
know,
like they're just filling in space with these.
yeah, it is. It's and then Shark Week. I don't care about that. I didn't see Godzilla, so I don't know if I like that or not. Probably not. Um, the Here Lies Beetlejuice is kind of cool, but I got to see it in person. If that fake grass looks like really good, like it feels, if it's rubber, I think I think I'd get that. Um,
Terrible Scooby.
it's a terrible Scooby. It's a terrible Chucky. Um,
Yeah.
SNL 50. That's all. That's the best they could do with that. It's just cartoon pictures of the characters. Um,
Yeah.
the Dunder Mifflin. This one is the white stapler and Jello, but it's just not gonna look right as Jello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm passing on everything on this page.
Hard pass.
All right. So add the Lacey Chabert ornament.
J-
Um,
just one.
just one. um, so I don't know if you listened to the Christmas morning podcast last week. I sent Scott an email with a picture of the Lacey Chabert because he loves Lacey Chabert, and he's like, I'm buying it. But he's like, yeah, doesn't look like Lacey, and it is porcelain. And I said I wasn't going to buy a porcelain ornament, but I have said for years that I think Hallmark was missing the mark by not putting out their actors as ornaments. So I'm
Yep.
going to be buying a Lacey Chabert one just in hopes that it looks pretty good.
Okay.
I didn't see Wicked. My kid sings Wicked all the time, but I didn't see it. I didn't watch. I'm one of those people that have never seen Schitt's Creek. So
Really?
yeah,
It's a
I've never
great
watched it.
show. I got pulled into it and I loved it.
Lacey Chabert might have to join Santa. So,
Yeah.
um, so I love Gilmore Girls, but we get Stars Hollow Gazebo. How lame is that? That is so lame. Uh, I didn't watch Yellowstone. I don't watch that. Um, I seen Clueless, but I don't know if I want a Clueless one.
Here's what I love, Joe. In this whole catalog, between the Yellowstone truck and the other one, you can get two Ram trucks for Christmas this year, which to
If
me
you
is kind of funny. If you really like Ram trucks,
All right, so here's the lame ornaments. So we've had all four Golden Girl ornaments, and this year we get a
terrible.
picture of them in a wreath with pieces of cheesecake. That's just
Looks like my
awful.
nephew made it. It's awful.
Yeah, it's awful. And the Friends ones with the sweater, no, it's a no for me. And I'm not a big
Wicked
Wizard
Witch
of
is
Oz
interesting.
person. Say it again.
Wicked Witch, the I assume that's where she's melting, right?
Yeah, so it's a magic one. So I'm sure it goes I'm melting, and then she kind of melts down. But I've never been a Wizard of Oz fan. And
Okay.
I don't I used to buy them for my daughter because she loves Wizard of Oz, but I think she's past it at this point. Um, but I guarantee you that that witch melting is probably the one to buy if you are a Wizard of Oz fan. I feel like they've released another set of ruby slippers. I have two sets of ruby slipper ornaments already, because my daughter wanted that, everything else on this page is pretty awful. The Tin Man looks bad. Um, all right, all right. Here's where we're gonna get. This is where we're gonna be spending on some money. Star Trek: The Next Generation. Beware the Borg table decoration is $99. But that Borg cube, looks amazing. Um,
Okay.
I am not a fan of the Enterprise D that they have there, but I'm thinking this is a definite. So add it to the list. I don't know if I'm going to pre-order it, but I'm definitely going to buy it if I think it looks amazing. But put it on the list because it's most likely going to look amazing. So,
Yeah.
um, put Guinan on the list. I've been collecting the Star Trek ornaments. That's the Whoopi Goldberg character from Star Trek, the bartender. I loved Star Trek Next Generation. Um, I'm not gonna buy the USS Titan. That's
Okay.
from the Picard TV series that was just out the past 3 seasons. Um, I liked the ship, but I don't. It wasn't the show wasn't memorable enough for me to go. Oh, I want it. I don't know if you're a Star Trek fan, but
I'm not. I've
okay,
never seen
yeah,
it, Joe.
really, okay.
Yeah.
So here's what we're gonna have to do because Chad has never seen it either, and I've been telling him that we need to have a Star Trek watching podcast where he watches it and we talk about it. And now that you have never seen it, maybe we need to do both of you guys watch Star Trek Next Generation and we talk about it. But maybe that's something to talk about offline. But um,
I've never seen Star Wars either.
what?
Yeah, listen, we all
Oh my god.
we all have our faults, Joe, and mine aren't too bad, but those are two of my big offenses in life is I've never seen any of these space shows.
Oh my god. Okay. You and Chad are like in the same boat because he always makes jokes because he pretends he knows these things and he doesn't. Um,
Let's do it,
yeah.
man. Whatever we got to do. I
All
think it
right.
could be good.
So Terminator 2 looks kind of cool. It's not a must for me. I want to see what it looks like. I have a feeling it's going to be one of those ornaments that's going to be around. Um, the lower deck ornaments
Yeah, Mark.
what does it work say? Yeah, I'm not the only one. Either.
You're
Wow.
outnumbered,
Same here.
Jeff.
Am I the only
Well,
one who has seen Star Trek that's on this podcast? I can't imagine anybody else is watching this except for Pepper Tree, Mark, and maybe Retrospective. um. Okay. Well, Battlestar Galactica is cool, but that ship is lame. Um. I never saw. I didn't watch the Dune movies yet. I do want to watch them. Um, I've actually never really got into Rick and Morty. I tried. I didn't. I just didn't find it as good. So, and then the hologram Janeway from Prodigy, and you don't even know who any of these people are. That I don't care about that one. So, all right. Oh crap. Here we go.
There you go. Let me
Uh,
sharpen my pencil.
yes. So, Let the Wookiee Win is the new next in line series of the Star Wars ornaments that do animated and tell a story. Um, that is a definite on my list. So Let the Wookiee Win. Uh, so okay, retrospective says I definitely watched a lot of Star Trek, so he knows exactly what I'm talking about then. So, all right. I don't. I think the only the only one I would want up here maybe is Ahsoka Tano. I feel like I just bought an Ahsoka Tano. Maybe I'm wrong, but add Ahsoka to the list. Um,
Which is that?
That's number. Let's see.
199.
21.99. Yeah. The armor is from the Mandalorian. I love that series.
You
There
doing
is
that
no.
one?
Yeah, I'm definitely doing that one. Oh my God, Cassian Andor. Add him. The next Andor series is showing up on Disney Plus next week, or this week actually. Premieres on Friday. Um, I think that's it. I gotta take it down. I gotta keep it. I gotta take it a little bit at a time here. But yeah.
Darth Vader looks kind of cool. What's going on there?
Well, the Darth Vader helmet is from Episode 7. Um, they his well, I guess it doesn't matter since you don't know who any of these characters are. But his nephew saves the helmet after Darth Vader dies in Episode 6. And that's the helmet that was burned, and he uses it to worship his grandfather. So
I know episode 7 was not as good as episode 5, right?
no, nope. Oh, my brother's online. He's watching. That Kenner Luke is calling your name, Joe. You know, it's the vintage ornament one. They've put those out. I have not liked the look of them, and I'm gonna wait and see. Mostly because they're not very big. They're only about this big, and so that Luke is just real tiny, and the it's just not very detailed. But Tony, I'm getting the Let the Wookiee Win. That's the new animated one. That's gonna cost me a lot of money. But I'm gonna pass on everything else. Pepper Tree says they're passing on this page too. So I said this is where I lose my mind. These pop culture ones. Oh God. All right, so
So,
they're putting out a
Joe,
ton.
I've never seen any of these either.
You've never seen the Harry Potter movies?
Never seen you.
Oh my
We've zoomed
God.
in on like the 3 or 4 series I've never seen because I've watched a lot of movies, a lot of series, but I've never seen these. The only one I've ever seen was the what was the one with all the animals, and it wasn't one of the like original ones that came out maybe 8 or 9 years
Fantastic
ago.
Beasts.
Yes, I
Fantastic Beasts.
saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that wasn't good. All right, I have to buy Cedric Diggory. He's a limited quantity one, so he's $19.99. Mark says he has not seen Harry Potter either. The Lovegood house is cool, but I'm gonna pass on it. So these are the animated ones that help tell a story, and I have a number of these. We have all the ornaments from this. So I have the Hogwarts Castle Tree Topper. I have all the characters that help tell the story. Um, I feel like they need to move on to the other movies, but I'm gonna pass on all of these. I just don't want any of them. But I'm gonna get the Cedric Diggory. Um, everyone should watch Harry Potter. I love the Harry Potter series. They're so good. And I think you'd love it too if you watch it.
Okay.
Um, okay, superheroes. All right, so the one I'm definitely getting is the Joker from the original Batman classic TV series. Um,
The best.
I've been buying all of the original classic Batman Adam West ones. I don't like the Bat Shield one, so I'm going to pass on that one. I don't like the look of it. I also don't remember that in the show, but I might. I It's been a long time since I've watched it. So we have the new Superman movie coming out this year, and this is the based on the new Superman. But uh, Superman is a must, as my brother says. Superman is a must. It's the summer of Superman. Uh, it is until you see the movie. So I have to wait. I'm waiting until I see the movie. If I love this movie, this ornament is a definite pickup. If I don't like the movie, then I'm not pre-ordering it. So that's why I'm not pre-ordering it, because if it sucks, I'm gonna be mad. Um, I like Groot and Cosmo, but not enough to pre-order it, so pass on that. I'm so tired of Deadpool. I like the Deadpool movies, but enough Deadpool stuff. Um, I didn't see the new Captain America movie. I have to watch it. I'm gonna watch it soon, but I think I'm gonna pass on this. Yeah, I think the Joker is the only one I'm gonna get on this page. Um, the Wonder Woman looks lame. I don't understand what's going on with her arms. Pull the string to see her twirl. Okay, so it's from the old Wonder Woman show. She twirls, I guess, to turn into Wonder Woman, but that's not cool enough for me. And then anything that represent a pop figure, I'm gonna pass on. So those pop figures are done. All right, so these are video games, and I'm gonna pass on all of these because I don't know. I've never really played any of these video games. I've played Zelda before, but I don't know what the Decade Master Sword is, and I haven't played any of those newer Zelda games that much. I don't play on it. Animal Crossing. It's been forever since I played Sonic the Hedgehog. I never played Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, and my kid loves Minecraft, but I don't. I usually used to buy her a Minecraft ornament, but I don't think I'm gonna be buying her any of these ones. Um, so I'm passing on everything here. What do you think?
I have an appreciation for the star, the superstar tree topper.
Yeah,
That's more of a modern one though, so not my favorite. But I'm an 8-bit guy, and
yeah,
that is not an 8-bit star.
yeah. So, all right, Nightmare Before Christmas. I'll be honest, I like Nightmare Before Christmas, but it's one of those it's one of those movies that just I'm tired of. It's maybe it's just too much of it. Um, yeah, yeah, retrospective. I know it's not anime or not video games. But it's the card games and stuff. Everything was like a game, which I think is what that section was. But yeah, I'm passing on all the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. I think the Christmas Town countdown is cool, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Unless it counts down 365 days. It's got three numbers on it. So does it count down to 365?
That could be cool.
Because that's the one thing I've always wanted was a.
You know what? It does, Joe. Because look, it's got all the months.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I'll have to check this out. But I've always wanted to have a countdown for 365 that's always running. Now it's an ornament, but it looks like it's a bigger ornament. So this could be one that sits on my table. But I'm going to check it out. I'm not going to say yes to it yet, but I want to check it out. And if it does Countdown 365, there's a good chance I'm going to buy it. So, but we'll keep it off right now. So here's the Charlie Brown character one, and I know it's a mini, but Charlie Brown from Halloween with the rocks. This is a definite for me. It's $9.99. We got Spooky Snoopy, which I'll pass on that one. Halloween Pikachu. I was never a Pokemon person, so I don't really have a fondness for that. I don't really have a fondness for Leo and Stitch. The Headless Horseman is cool. All right. We're going to add the Headless Horseman to my list. 22.99. Yeah, that's a lot. And then Hocus Pocus, it's the like an animated cartoon version of them, so I'm gonna pass on that. Anything here this you respond
I
to?
like I like a little bit the Charlie Brown letter E,
Yeah,
but once again, it's too modern.
I'm gonna get it only because I love that special, and that's my favorite part is that everyone keeps giving the poor kid rocks. So,
Yep.
and then that's it. Is that the last page? That's the last page.
Last
Wow.
page.
Oh my god. Okay. So,
Give me 15 seconds here, Joe, so I can add some tax.
yeah. So that's the those are the ornaments. I'm gonna say not a great year. I think there's some cool things. I think there's a lot of bad ornament ideas, and maybe not quite as good as 2024. Again, though, there were ones at 24 that I wasn't going to buy until I saw in person, and I changed my mind. So, that can happen. It has happened. It will happen. All right. You have the total?
Yeah, so couple stats. We had 26 items.
Okay.
We have an average cost of $30.03, which gives us a total cost with tax of $780.82.
Wow.
So
Really? That much?
nice mortgage payment, Joe. And
Oh
let's
my
go over
god.
some of the highlights. So Disney Firefighters, $50. Kermit, 44.99. The Wookiee, 79.99. Andor, 25.99. You had a bunch that were Kermit, 44.99. So
Yeah.
you had a handful that were 50. You had a whole bunch that were 20 to 25, and just a few that were less than that.
Wow. Okay.
So
I'm most likely not going to spend that much money. I really won't.
so
That's my
what's the line where it's crazy? Like if it was 500, are you good?
No, I don't think I've spent 500. I mean, I think last year I was probably close to 400.
Here's the question. So you have a split, right? You have July and you have October.
Yeah.
What if you do like 350 and 350?
Well, the thing is that these are the ornaments that I like. These are the ones I'm going to buy. Now, which ones am I going to put in? Which ones am I going to put on the list? I think I'll determine that on Friday. But I can guarantee you that most of those Star Wars ones will be on there. Um, you know, I may some of the higher priced ones I may keep off and see if they're around after Christmas. A 50% off is a lot better than 100%. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. So Wow, $700. Wow. How much was it? Seven.
Was with tax, so it was 729.74 plus tax gives you 780.82.
Wow. Okay. Um. Well, we'll see.
Joe,
We'll see.
I think you should just pull the trigger and then ask for forgiveness from yourself or your wife or both.
It's probably. I think I'll feel bad more than my wife would. If I
Yeah.
spent that, but we'll see. I mean, July comes around. Maybe I'll announce the next week what I put on the list for July, and then we'll see what I actually get.
Well,
Again, I go through these and say I like it, but then reality and my wallet will tell me what I really should spend. So
I also think though, if your 1980s series continues to be as wonderful as it's been, you might have the financial means from the show to just write it off as a business expense and continue on.
yeah, that's it. So that with that being said, yes, I have a number of videos that are out, and as Lee mentioned, Christmas 1982 is out. Please watch it. It's people seem to like like this one a lot. I got some great emails, private emails of just people telling me, that they were excited to see this one. So definitely check that out. Check out the entire series because it is a great series. And I love putting it together, and I love people's reactions to it. Next week, I am doing an episode. Let me pull up my notes here. So on April 27th at 7 o'clock, our favorite movies in TV from the year Christmas 84, 83, and 82. So what I was doing was after I was releasing these, I was having Jerry from Totally Red Christmas, Tim from 80s Flick Flashback, and Mike from Advent Calendar House, where we would talk about it. But we didn't have a chance to do 84 or 83, and now that 82 is out, we are going to do all three together. So that's next week, what our favorite things are from those years. And then the following week after that, we are doing round 2 of the Hallmark 100 Christmas movies of all time. And on this special is going to be Alonzo Duralde from Breakfast All Day and Deck the Hallmark, Hallmark movie fan Andrea, Jennifer from Do You Watch What I Want, and the most knowledgeable Hallmark movie expert, Seth from the Christmas Cousin podcast.
Boy.
Yes, we are going to talk about the movies that they would recommend on the list, and we are each going to pick a Lacey Chabert movie because we have not had a Lacey Chabert movie on the list yet, and we're going to pick which one is the one that should be on it. So we're each going to have, there's going to be 5 different Lacey Chabert movies that we're talking about, and we're going to see which one goes on. I've already gotten the list from everybody except for Seth because he's deeply thinking about this one. But it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of discussions. And again, it's going to be an ongoing series. I'm going to be doing this throughout the year. And next year, sometime, I'm going to put out the Hallmark 100 Greatest Christmas Movies of All Time. So that's all coming up. And that's a lot. And I'm working on next videos and stuff, but I'm also letting 1982 sit out there for a while. And definitely check out the rest of my videos. And if you haven't seen the Essential 7 Fart video movies, the video that I put out, look for that. Give it a listen. Give it a watch because it needs some views, and it was not well received. So anyways, I can't believe this was 2 hours, and there are people that are sticking with this to see how much. I think everybody just wants to see how much is to spend, and yeah. But as Pepper Tree says, yeah, tomorrow, let's see what our totals are. So yeah, definitely check out Pepper Tree Villa tomorrow. They're going through this. I'm going to try to check in Pepper Tree. I have something going on tomorrow night, but I'm going to definitely try to get on. thanks for the scoop on the Hallmark ornaments. Nice chatting with you, Pepper. So yeah, I mean, a nice little community here of people that are all watching. It's been a lot of fun. It is Sunday night. We all have to go to work tomorrow, which sucks, but I glad you guys enjoyed it. Lee, thanks for joining me. I needed somebody to talk to as we get through this. I think we have a
Absolutely.
lot of. I think you and Chad and I have a new podcast idea that we have to put together and see if we can get him to focus on that. That's
Yep.
going to be tough, but we'll see what we can do. Thank you
We'll
for
get there.
everybody thank you for everybody watching. Have a good night. Have a good week. We'll see you next weekend with another flashback of the '80s. And I'm the Christmas aficionado. And remember, stay off the naughty list.